Okay, today I want to show you how you can arrange those drawing that we exported to Autocad to a printable document. When you export your drawing to Autocad, until you rearrange it, it might not be fit for you to print and then deliver to your client. So today we want to look at how we can work on those exported drawings that we can use that can be printed out and given to our client. So we change this to the plan drawing. So this is our first floor. So we go to the AutoCAD that we have exported a drawing to. So these are the beam elevation details, and this is the floor beam elevation details, and these are like general arrangement. These are like general arrangement, and we, for the benefit of those that want to use structure slab detail, so we will go back. When we are done with this, we will go back and insert the slab detailing and then export it back to AutoCAD so that you can see the difference. And maybe I will try and see how I can maybe spend some few minutes to do one or two editing, then allow you to do the rest. Okay, so now this is the general arrangement that we have completed for this design. These are the beams labels. So this is our beam 1, these are beam 2, these are beam 3, this is a beam 4, this is beam 5. So you see that naming this beam like this is very easy for one to follow. But when you come to the way Prota name its beam, you see that there is a little bit confusion here. You see this one IB 2027, IB 28. So even though Prota is designing a continuous beam, but it named those beams individually. It named the beams individually. So like this one IB 33, and so on and so sometimes when you print this general arrangement as it is and give to your client, contractor might find it difficult to follow the beam arrangement. So it is always advisable that we rename these beams for easy understanding and for easy project execution. So what we are going to do right now is that we will look at these beams. So this IB 1 B33, this one simply means first floor or story 1. This is the beam identification number, which is B33. So we want to rearrange this beam according to this beam identification number, or according to the beam plan label. So we want to arrange this beam now. So this beam is 1B33, which is our beam 1 here. So we have to look for that beam. We have to look for the beam. So this is 133, which is our beam 1. Okay, so what we are going to do now is that we are going to click on this beam. I'm going to click on this beam. We bring it out. You bring this beam out. This is your beam 1. This is your beam 1. This is your beam 1. So you bring this beam out. Remember that we are working with a template. So let's see what we can do. So you can copy any of these template. Copy any of these template. So let's just say we copy this. So we copy this. So you remove this, remove this, remove this. You see, even when you have exported the drawing to Autocad, you still need to come and do some editing of the drawing. Still need to come and do some editing of the drawing. So you see that using a software still require some manual editing. Okay, so this is our beam 1. So we can change this. We can change this. So we can change this beam 1. So we can call this beam 1, which is 225 by 450. So you look at the reinforcement here. You can allow this to be, or you can this is actually the overall depth of this beam, which is 450. The depth of the beam, and this is the section of this beam, and this is the reinforcement that has been calculated already. So we have 2y12 here. So you can decide to remove this, bring this down, at least to reduce the shape of your drawing. Just trying to show you how you can edit your exported drawing to a printable drawing. So this you want to reduce this, you can also reduce it. You can as well reduce this to something that you can manage. So we click this, bring it down a bit, bring it down. Then you can click here and go to extend, click on extend, click on this. Okay. So 225 like this. If you don't need, some of these detailing are not important. So the most important one is this one that has been given to us. So you can ignore that. Bring this here. Bring this here. Then I think you can also bring this up again. Remember that after we have finished all this, we will also design this beam. At least we will pick few of these beam and design manually and check the and compare the how the reinforcement compare the reinforcement. So now I'm done with that, so I can now move this to this. Can move it to this. I can remove this. I don't need it. Remove this. So our beam 1 is now ready. Beam 1 is ready. So if you want to include the the section, sometimes I prefer using a different sheet for the section. So this 15 white, I don't need it, so I remove it. It will make my work to be a bit better. So I can as well adjust this and bring it down a bit. You can trim this. You can also bring this again and then trim this. So this will now become a section. So you can copy this now and place it by the side of your beam. Place it by the side of your beam. So you are done with beam 1. So we go back to this and check. So we look at this. Which one is our beam 2? This is our beam 2. So we look at this. So this will be 1B27 and 1B28. So we look for that 1B27. I think we should find it somewhere here. The 1B27 and 1B28. So this is the beam. So you pick it from here. You can remove it completely. Then come to this point where you do some editing again. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I will remove this. Just remove this, it's too long. Remove this, then remove this as well. Remove this, and see how we can bring this down. So let's click on this clip. So we bring it down to something that can be managed. Bring it to something that can be managed. So you can delete this out, delete this out, delete this out. So this is your section. Okay, so from here we have the support reinforcement to be 3Y16. Then we have our hanger to be 2Y16. So when you check out, you see that the bar mark here is 18 and the bar mark here is 17. Then the bar mark here is 15, meaning that the shape of this reinforcement are not the same. The shape and the length of the reinforcement are not the same. So you can also work on this other one. Can work on this one. Just take it a bit up. So you can trim this, trim this, trim this. Okay. Remove this. So here we don't need all this. So let's remove them. We don't need all this reinforcement on this dimension at that point. We don't need it. I think this is okay. This very one here is okay. This very one here is okay. You can still move this if you want to come to explode. You explode it. So when you explode it, you can now move to whatever that you need. Then you come here, you explode. From here you can now move. Even though you want to change, you place it on this other direction. You can trim. Okay. So our second beam is almost ready. So I don't like this. I will remove it. Doesn't make my work neat. So I will come here. Then I will call this beam 2. I call this beam 2. This is 225. And so I will shape this up. Remove this. I don't need it. I remove this because already it has been shown in the section, so I don't need that. Doesn't make my work neat. So I can now come this, edit it, then move this to this point. If I want to move this, I can just move it to somewhere here, then cut it, then move this down to this point. Also move this maybe to somewhere there. You cut it, cut this, then move this. Okay, so our beam 2 is ready. So you can now change this section. Change this section to section 2. You can remove this. So you can remove that. Remove this. Copy this. Okay, so we can now move. Remember that we adjusted this. You need to do a whole lot of editing work to make your work printable. So we can now copy this and Place it somewhere here. Remove this. Okay, so you now copy your section and move your section close to it. Then this will change to 2. So this will change to 2. Because this is section 2 2. This is your section 2. Call it 2 2. So you can remove this. This will form section 2 2. This is your section 1 1. You can remove this and call this one 1 1. Section 1. Section 1. Okay. So beam 2 is ready based on our prota detail. So we can remove this. Let's just remove this. Okay. So these are beam 2. So we look at beam 3. This is beam 3. These are beam 3. So which is this is 1B34. So we go back here, look for 1B34. So this is 1B34. So you just remove it from here. Just remove it from there. Keep it here. Now, the advantage of editing on this beam so that it makes your work, number one, neat, and number two, it can also reduce the numbers of printing, the numbers of paper that you will use for your printing. That is the advantage of it, to make your work to be neat. Now, like this, we don't need this. I think this is okay. No, let's get this out. Then we can use this. So let's stop it here. We can push this one up a bit, maybe to this point, just to that point. So we trim this. So we can move this guy up to this point. Copy this one from here to this point, then look at this. Okay, so this beam 3 is forming a point load on this other beam. So that is why you see, if you look at it, there is no support here. It's a point load on this beam. It's a point load on the beam. So we can bring this down. Bring this. You can now see the importance of defining our axis so that we can use it directly. So we look at this. So we can click on this. Click on extend. If you want to extend, I can further bring this down. Can bring it to this point. Bring it, look at this. Extend, let me extend this to here. Remove this one here. Trim this and trim this. So this and this can be brought down small to hit this. Then we can trim. We trim this. We trim this. Remove it here. Remove. Remove. Okay, so we are done with that one. Then we go to the bottom. We do the same thing. We push it up a bit the way we want. Click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this, and we are good to go. Remove this, we don't need it. Doesn't make our work neat since we have the dimension at the top, so we don't need the bottom dimension again. That should be enough for us. Okay, so here we have, now when you look at this beam is just 3225 and this one is 4425. So here we have the support reinforcement. Have the support reinforcement, and this support reinforcement is let's look at it. Is 2y16. Then is 2y16 at this point. That is the face layer on the lower layer. Then we have another layer at this point to be 4y16. So making total of 6y16 at the support. So this is not really very economical, because when you look at this span is just 4.425. So it's not really that economical, but because this is what our software has given to us, so we have to take it. Then here we have 3y16, which is our hanger, and here we also have 2y16 here, which is also our hanger. So let's explode this. So we explode it and now copy it. We copy this, take it to this place, edit it so you can arrange your thing the way you want it. So this one, what I'm interested is, okay, now this one is this very bar here is showing you where this other 2y16 stop from this center to this point using 0.25%, 0.2. When you multiply that, then you can find it out by yourself. You can multiply that, you will get where this curtailment is done. So this is a curtailment. This bar is curtailed at this point, and this one is curtailed at this point. So the 4y16 that is running from here to here. It's not running on the entire length. So here we have 3y16. Then this other side we have 2y16. Now this 2y16 is actually hanger. We call this one hanger. So there is no, we don't design for this one. This very reinforcement, we don't design for it. So but we design for the support. This support reinforcement here, which is the top. Then we design for this one, which has to do with the bottom reinforcement that has the sacking moment and this one has the hawking moment here. But for this mid span, we don't design for it. Instead, we provide, we call it hanger. So we just provide for it. Okay, so I believe I've been understood. So we explode this again so that we can push this reinforcement up. So we trim this, we remove this, we can explode this again. Let's explode this so that we can move this reinforcement up. So this will now become okay. So the bottom bar here is 2y12, while this one is 2y16, and you can see that it's very obvious. Why this one is 4y16? Why this one is 4y16 is because of the span. This one has a shorter span. So we remove this. Some of these things we remove them. We don't need them. Sorry, we can make our work very neat. So we remove this, copy this. So we call this one beam 3. Beam 3. So these are beam 3. These are beam 3. I don't need this. I copy it out. I don't need. Okay, this one is for this bar. Is for this bar. Then this one, so we can remove this one and allow this to remain if we so desire. So we can bring this down for feasibility sake. Then this, we can also bring this to this point. So you can see that with this arrangement I can further bring this one down. Okay, so we reduce this. Okay, so we reduce this and so from here you copy it to your sheet. Copy it to your sheet. Keep it there. Now, like this one, if you're not comfortable here, you can bring it down. Not comfortable. This is actually the link. This is from here to here is 10 in number times 1 y10. This one is actually one row. Y10 has 300. This is my beam 3. This is the section. I can remove this. Don't need it because already I have it on the proper beam detail. So I'll click on this and also trim this, bring this down, trim this. Then I can now push this. Okay, so my next section is ready. So this is the overall depth of the beam. This is the slab thickness. So this, we can remove one of these slab thickness and So the second section is ready. Sorry, section 3 is ready. So I can call this one section 3. Then I remove this. Okay, so that is how you can arrange your beam detail from protastructure to make it a printable drawing. Remember that you don't just export to Autocad then you print like that. So you have to make some editing work, which will also consume your time. That is why sometimes I prefer detailing my beam. It even make me faster. I prefer detailing it manually. It even make me faster because the time that you will start adjusting this, editing this, if you look at that time, it's almost the same. Okay, so because I don't want this video to be too long, I will have to call it a day here. So you can actually do this for your design. You can do this for your design when you are using protastructure for your design. So you can do this, edit this, and make your drawing more presentable. So thank you for your time, and I believe that you have learned something today. So feel free to comment on it. If you have learned anything, just put the comment on our platform so that other people will see it and also be encouraged that we are doing a very serious work on this platform. So thank you. See you in our next video. Bye.